Hello, welcome. Do I need to change that? Actually, no, I need to turn on the lights. That's why it's so dark. Hello, welcome to a train simulator live stream. Hello, Kangafango. You cracked the riddle in the stream's title. Good. Then, please, give me your solution. Oh, right, the wrong microphone again. It's because on Sunday I use the built-in microphone, and with that I forget so late that I forget to switch it over. Anyway, right, so train simulator live stream. There's the title. Go on, then you said you cracked it. It's not that difficult to crack, but go ahead anyway. Oh, you're typing, okay. The passengers are, in the meanwhile, just patiently waiting on the platform. And you're patiently waiting to watch. Pete is a reference to Peterborough, which is actually a town in Cambridgeshire, Cross, referring to King's Cross, a station in London. Yes, you're correct. Peterborough to King's Cross in London. So, let's see how this will go. Good afternoon, driver. Today you are scheduled to drive a passenger service from Peterborough to London King's Cross via Huntingdon. St. Neots? Neots? Is that how you pronounce it? Sandy, Biggleswade, Arlesey, Hitchin, Stevenage, and Finsbury Park. It looks like it's going to be a rainy day, so be sure to drive carefully and try to stick to your schedule. Ensure you collect your first passengers of the day from Peterborough before departing from the station. Yeah, it probably is. Okay, let's open the doors. And actually I need to increase the volume of that a bit to there about. So yes, here we are. This train always looks like it's smiling, don't you think? So, Peterborough. Yeah, you've got lots of peats everywhere. Lots of peat moss as well. And it looks like we've got an 8-car set, yes, I think. Anyway, we can get started. So let's do that. Signal's clear. And we can travel 30 miles per hour. And then, but that's going to go down to 25 in a moment, so there's really no point in accelerating past 25 at this point. It does look like that, but honestly, I never saw it as such prior to your first stream with it, where you had first pointed out. I see. I'm glad I was able to help you then. Whoosh. Okay, should be a nice drive. Speed limit's just gone up to 105, so let's accelerate. Don't need the lights in here at the moment. The strange thing about this train is it doesn't have a view over there. Yes, I know the seat's currently up, but still you can just stand up a bit or sit down. Yes, you can go into the 5 view, which has a very restricted viewing angle, which I guess it's because of it's already clipping through the glass on the right because it's so close to the near clipping plane. But still, I would have preferred it if it would have been just one seat over and I could move the camera a little bit more. But That's okay. The speed limit's going to go up to 115 miles per hour, which we're nowhere near reaching, so don't need to worry about that for the moment. And I would also, if I did have the entire East Coast Main Line, which I don't, I've got several parts of it, but I don't have the entire thing. If I did have the entire thing, then I would love to take Flying Scotsman and try the King's Cross to Edinburgh, or the other way around. I think that could be a lot of fun, but it would also take a long time. We'd have to do it over multiple streams. Okay. Also, you know how there's train families like Turbostar, Networker, and Sprinter, right? Yes. Yeah, but did you know about the Clubman units? They're class 168. I mean, they look familiar. I've probably seen them before, but I didn't know that they were a separate thing. Some resembling Turbostars and some Networkers. Oh, so they look like the others, but they're... Then what's the difference? Please explain, I don't have time to read that. The speed limit's going down to 100 after the next signal. So, is there a Morpeth pod there? Or is that the... No, that looks like a Morpeth pod there. So I'm just going to idle the power now, since we're barely over 100. Yeah, a Morpeth pod with 100 on it. If I had the processing power to turn my resolution up to my screen resolution, then I would not need to zoom in that much. Okay. Network S1s, Turbostar S1s. Okay, and it's going up to 105 then. Yeah, I see. Wide open spaces. Okay, let's put it into notch 3. That should keep us roughly at a current speed. Okay, now let's go fire. Now it looks like the train isn't supposed to go past 100 miles an hour, judging by the red line there. But the speed limit is higher, and the train will actually allow me to go faster. So I'm gonna try going faster. We'll see how well that ends. Right. Wikipedia. The unit is used in Chiltern line services between London, Marylebone and West Midlands. One unit has been converted to hybrid operations as of 2022. I don't know what the differences are. Yeah, and that what you just said is not at all helpful. Ah, and a flashing yellow light, which means that... Oh, flashing double yellow. Flashing usually means that there's a speed restriction coming up, yes? No? Double yellow means that it's, well, 2 blocks away. This one, if it's this coming block, it would be... Yeah, if it's this coming block, then we're already in it. Well, if it's in the following block, then it would be a single one, right? Or would it just be clear in that case? No, it would probably just be clear in that case, and then... Ah, that explains. See, there's the Morpeth board for 70, and it's flashing, which means that we need to slow down for it. Yeah, that makes sense. I've got it the right way around in my head. It's just explaining it can be a little difficult. Okay, so slowing down at a fair pace. And I can already see at the bottom that it does go down to 60 after that as well. So, yes, and this is a single yellow, which means the next one's probably going to be red, so I'm going to need to slow down a bit more anyway. Okay, well, we're currently at 60, so I think I'm just gonna, well, I'm going to slow down a little bit more because, again, the next one might be red. Even though the signal's still quite far away down at the bottom. It's green, double yellow, single yellow, red. Not sure flashing. I think flashing just indicates that it's a speed restriction that we're dealing with. Okay, now we're in the 60 limit. Gonna slow down a little bit more. What is the signal? The signal up ahead is clear. Okay. So, I can accelerate up to 60. Bing. Yes. Also, the mountains in the distance look suspiciously like a bitmap. Doesn't that mountain there look like a bitmap? Wait, what is that you say? It's just the dirt? Ah, yes. Okay, now we're at 60. This feeling is going to go down to 40, actually. Let's see if there's a warning board for it. Ah, there we go. There's the warning board. But our signal back there is clear. So, I'm just going to, well, have to slow down a bit. Probably for the junction going back onto the main line. Although I'm surprised that we were routed through here in the first place, because why couldn't we just go along the main line? I don't think any train passed us. And the signals have been clear all the way. And yes, indeed, we are just merging back onto the main line. Interesting. So Huntingdon is in about approximately 7 miles. If you look at it like this, 40 miles an hour feels quite fast. If you look at it like this, it's very slow. And like this, it looks even slower. But we can accelerate up to about 100. Also, I really like how Train Simulator does the cloud shadows. If you go up, you can see the difference in brightness of where the cloud shadows are and where they aren't. And it adds so much to it. As you can see over there is, like, for example, the edge of a cloud. It just makes it look so much more realistic. I find, at least. Also, let's save, just in case it crashes. The program, I mean. Nice footbridge. Does this footbridge actually connect to a path? Oh, it actually does. Well, that's a surprise. And does this actually connect to a road? Oh, yes, it also does. Again, surprise. Willis 1961. Hello. Welcome. 5 miles away from Huntingdon now. Huntingdon. Let's enjoy the passenger view a little bit, although I would like to turn the camera a little bit more, but it just won't work. I don't think that many people who ride these trains in real life, like this is their commute, I don't think many people would voluntarily drive this just for fun. But actually I find this quite nice. Hello VGR as well. Captain opens. Hello there. Hello. There is a seat there. You can flip it open if you want. Hello, Willis1961. Good to hear from you. Hey both, takes coat. There are no coats. Liza doesn't wear coats. Oh look! Heather. Nice. Ah, my train! Ah, no, no, no! Heather, stop the train! Okay, we are about half a minute ahead of schedule at this point. And it's a large trench coat. Ah, yes, of course. Since we're going downhill at this point, we are actually just pushing beyond the design specifications a bit. Okay. And since we're now less than 2.5 miles away, we should start expecting speed restrictions coming up, unless we're, yeah. Just as I say that, there's a 40 limit coming up. Good. Now there should be something warning us about, yeah, there's a double yellow there. So we're probably going to have to stop at the edge, at the end of the platform anyway, because of a red light. And that right there looks like a Morpeth board for the upcoming speed restriction, or is it just a normal speed sign? It looks like just a normal speed sign. Yeah, 125. So I wonder if there is a Morpeth board, or if it's just done through the signals, through the diverging paths. Because we are getting really quite close now. I guess that the signal is telling us we're diverging and there is a single yellow, so we've got to slow down anyway. So I guess that's how they're handling things here. And plus route knowledge would also inform us that we'd have to slow down to 40 if we are diverging here, which we are. Okay, let's idle the power. Alright for today. Yes, no bar. Well, let's have a quick look. Nope, no bar, but I think I saw some toilets in there. Yep, Capital Connect. So the speed limit is actually going up to 75 here, but we do have to stop at that station, so no point in accelerating really. Also the signal up ahead is clear. Nice bridges there. Okay, let's slow down. Might be a good idea. Maybe not that much. Let's see if I can stop in the right position. So that's the 4 car. That's the 8 car. Okay, so we've got to stop roughly around where that 8 sign is. I'll show it to you in a bit more detail once we get a bit closer. And stop. I think I overshot it a little. Yeah, I overshot it a little bit. That's okay. It's our first stop anyway. So you can see these signs here where it says 8 car, for example, which means that if we've got a train that's got 8 cars, which this one does, we should stop so that that's in line with the front. I did overshoot that a little bit, but at least I stopped on the platform. So, this is apparently Huntingdon. Yes. And I just noticed that they put detail down here. They put this extra little layer of foliage on the wall. That's nice. Okay, and I don't know where the passenger door, there's door release here, so let's keep an eye on that. Right, add some notes on small airfields and crafts on your last MVR YouTube video. Added. Oh, okay, thank you very much. I'll have a look. Okay, let's proceed to Saint Neots. Neots? No bing bing? Okay, well then let's just go in that case. I will have a look at them after the stream. I've heard of 3 bridges, but this is ridiculous. Counting the footbridge. Grass. Yes, grass. Ah, that? I was about to say that sounds like HST. Now, those are the ones that are designed to go up to 125. Now the Hitachi train, it does also come with this map. I've never driven it, but I think that can probably also manage 100 and 125. Okay, so our next stop is 6.5 miles away. Let's see how that's gonna go. Beer class 801. 801, that's the one, yes. I knew it was something with 8, but I forgot the exact classification. In notch 1, we're still accelerating, even at 75 miles per hour. Interesting. Ah, they seem to have forgotten a bridge here. And we are, of course, doing over a mile a minute because we are currently going at 75 miles per hour. GWR have 800s, I think. Fairly certain. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. You can just about still see the HST back there. Yes, I know it's not the most exciting landscape, but it is quite a fun route to drive, plus they did put a lot of detail into this map. Plus it is quite open, so you do actually see the scenery. The main difference between this and the Northeast Corridor, for example, is that with the Northeast Corridor, it's just trees left and right, and you have no scenery other than that, because even though they did model scenery, you've really got to have the camera above the trees to really see anything. But here you can see towns going by, and you can imagine what it'd be like to actually, well, to actually commute on this train, and you're on a journey somewhere, and what awaits you there, and things like that. It's quite nice. Also, let's get a flyby shot. Ooh, actually no, I thought we were merging, but no, it's just a curve. And what was the button? That was the button. That's an okay shot. Nope. Stop. Ooh. We're just speeding a tiny little bit. -4 points. First points I've lost this session. Maybe, you can, if you squint really hard and rub your eyes slowly. What do you mean? What do you mean? Actually, I think there's another crossing coming up. One moment. Yes, there is. Good. One moment. Whoosh, yes. And I actually didn't speed this time. See the HST? Oh right, that makes sense. Just about 2.5 miles away from St. Neots, or Notes, St. Notes. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I know there's a link there, but I mean, I suppose I could listen to it. But at the moment I'd rather drive. You timestamped it. Ah, okay. Well, in that case I'm gonna quickly listen to it. One moment. I'll be with you shortly. Oh, it's an ad about learning English? Okay, no, alright. Oh, it is St. Neots. Okay, at least according to that video. That had an ad on it with someone trying to sell me, I guess, a course about how to speak English. I wonder why it decided to show me that particular ad on that particular video about how to pronounce a certain English word. I have no idea. Okay, the speed limit is going up to 80, but we're just... That's about a mile away from... Actually, less than a mile away from St. Neots. Eek! Okay. So there's a signal after this curve, and I think I'm gonna start slowing down at that signal. At the moment I'm just idling, just letting it coast. Letting it east coast particularly. Okay. There are the signals. And we are about 45 seconds ahead of schedule currently. So I've got plenty of time to slow down. Let's see if we can get this a little bit more accurate this time with where we're stopping. Sometimes if there isn't a specific number for the amount of cars that you should stop at, that you have where you should stop at, then there's just an S-car stop marker, which just means stop there with any amount of cars, basically. Okay, so it looks like we are going to be stopping with the doors on the right. What's the final stop? King's Cross in London. Okay, now slow down. Going in a little bit fast, actually. Although the brakes in this thing seem to be really good. Okay, I think that this is one of the stations where we've just got an S-car. Yeah. See, we've just got an S sign at the end of the platform. That means that no matter how many cars you've got to stop there. Okay, so just going to slow down about 5 miles an hour. That should allow me to stop relatively easily. And we are still over half a minute early, so I can afford to stop cautiously. So here we are. Ah, now that's a good stop. See? S-car stop. And we've stopped there. Good, good. And where these signs will be depends on where the exits to the station are. Since the footbridge is right near this end of the platform, no matter how many cars you have, you should stop as close to the end as possible to give people the shortest walk as possible. So, yes. How many stops till there? A few. Yeah, I've got quite a few stops still. But, yes, S-car, why isn't it X-car then? S for stop, I'm assuming. Code Monkey! Hello, Code Monkey. Welcome. St. Neots, Platform 4. Starbase, Neots, Docking Bay 4. That is good. This starship is now departing. This train does sound nice. Oh, hang on. I think someone wants something from me. You know what, actually? Oh no, he's calling for backup. Oh no, quick! Okay. He was actually calling for backup. Good thing we're heading away from this platform anyway. I want to see that now. Well, if you GM a game, you can make that happen. Sounds like an F1 car. It does a bit, I suppose. Okay, the speed limit is 80, but it is actually going down to 75 again. I have a show called Center around Starbase Neots. Bing, yes. Okay, there's another crossing. So our next station is Sandy. It's literally just called Sandy. And we're speeding. That's unfortunate. And yes, we're going to be there in just under 6.5 miles. Which will translate to in a few minutes, because we are traveling over a mile a minute. I wonder what that is. What is that? It's obviously some sort of industry. What is that? Is that a cement plant? Hold on. Let me stand up and have a look at it now. I don't know. It looks like it's processing stuff. Could be cement. Or grain, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Since there's nothing much coming up at the bottom, might as well have a look in here again while I read chat. So, named after the ancient Terran town of St. Neots. What do you prefer, BR class 465 or BR class 442? 465. I don't know, I just like them a bit more. Strange. Well, not strange, but interesting. Camouflage space defense missile silos to counter the next Borg assault. Of course. Yeah, because it makes sense, because the Borg did travel back in time, so it would make sense that Starfleet would also travel back in time, and then set up defense systems in case Borg again traveled back in time. But of course, the installation might be uncovered, and so they have to use period-appropriate technology. That makes sense. Quick, inform the mayor of Bridlington. Wait, no, that's Peterborough. No, contact the mayor of St. Neots. St. Neots? We've long passed it. About just under 4 miles to go. Sandy then? Sandy? No, not Sandy, because we're just about to get to Sandy. Sandy, I mean, do you want them to be prepared for us or something? By the way, if you couldn't tell, this is an overhead electric train. Okay, bing, yes. Let's have a look. Sand. We're going south. That facility was labeled as a power station on Google Maps. Power station? With silos like that? Interesting. Also, hello, welcome, how are you? Thank you for looking it up. Makes glass. Yes, sand does make glass if you combine it with flux. Well, I suppose it doesn't have to be transparent glass. It could be opaque glass as well. Okay, Everton up slow. Okay, so I guess that's where we're passing. Just under 2 miles away. You don't like sand, do you? Alright. Shards are pointy and quite deadly. Yep. Overhead instead of underfoot? Yes, we don't have underfoot overheads here. Unless you're driving upside down. Just contact the local mayor about the space defense missile silos, whatever the town. Yes, unless they've been turned into sea glass by the sea. Yes, that is also true. But then again, if you're accepting glass that has been smoothened, then, well, glass shards that have been smoothened, then it doesn't have to be by the sea. It could just also be hand smoothened. Okay, there's Sandy Platform 1 coming up in 0.8 miles with what looks like a pretty short platform. And we're currently a little bit ahead of schedule. Not that much anymore, but a little bit. So, a few seconds. So, I don't think I've got that much space here to play with, so I'm gonna have to approach this a little bit with concentration. Half a mile away, let's slow down a little bit more. Quarter of a mile away. Slow down a little bit more. Step 2 brake. There's the platform starting. Let's go into full service. Which I know in real life you don't really want to do because that would give a bit of a rough ride, but here I would rather stop on the actual platform. Okay, let's slow down a little bit more. There's the sign for the 8-car stop sign. Let's slow down and stop. That looks a little odd. Wait a minute, we've got an 8-car stop sign here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. Wait, we've got 8 cars. The last car is overhanging. And we are stopped at the 8-car sign, but there is plenty of space to stop further ahead at the 12-car sign, which would then put the 8th car onto the platform. That's strange. Anyway, this is Sandy. Let's get going. I think maybe the signs are in a bit of a wrong place on this platform in this game. What keeps you from taking some sandpaper and resharpening it? Nothing, but what keeps you from taking some sandpaper and re-smoothing it? If that's even a word. Ah, there's another one. Wait, where's my train? Ah, quick, after it. Phew, that was quick. Maybe these cars are longer than the average car when the signs were originally put up. I don't think so. That is a possibility, but I kind of doubt it. These cars don't look that much longer, plus the car lengths are accurate on all the other stations as far as I'm aware. Plus, if you go back and look at like Mark II coaches or things like that, I don't know if they even used those signs back then, but I don't think these seem that much longer than others. But that is a point. Maybe, but I would think they'd replace them to match with the current rolling stock on the line. Yeah. I mean, or it could just be a legitimate mistake that is in real life as well, because sometimes people make mistakes like that. Mark 2s and Mark 1s are shorter. Ah, so they are shorter a bit. Even Mark 3s, I think. Well, then maybe that is what happened, but I still doubt it, kind of. One thing that I like about this route is that it's got all of this grass everywhere, even into the distance. Like the objects, I mean, the grass objects. Which you can't really see on stream, probably, but in real life I can see that back there. Also, Biggleswade is coming up in just under a mile. Oh look, there's another hill in the distance there. Yes. Okay, I'll start slowing down a little bit. Actually, I'll say first of all. The platform's over there, ahead of us currently. So slowing down a little bit more, a little bit more. Now step 2, step 3 is full service. I don't really like entering these platforms at more than 30 miles an hour, so I'm going to go into full service right away. Then going to release back a little bit, but this platform again looks quite short. Let's see where the sign is here. No, here we've just got an S car stop sign at the end. And let's slow down a bit more. Almost. There we are. And stop. Okay. That was a pretty good stop. Now let's have a look at the cars. Come on, that's on the platform. Aw, the doors aren't open. But it is on the platform. So, Biggleswade, or Biggleswade, looks exactly like the other towns. Okay, so we're about ready to go after this. There we are. Proceed to Arlesey. Yes, we already are. Okay, so Arlesey... Oh, it's only 4 miles away. So after Arlesey, we've got... What's that? Hitchin. Then after Hitchin, we've got... Stevenage. Then we've got... Finsbury. And then we've got King's Cross. Which I know looks like it's still a long ways away. But with speeds, with an average speed of what looks like 75 miles per hour, it's not going to take that long. Which we are actually now rapidly approaching, so I've got to make sure that I don't accidentally speed. Oh right, I've been wondering why the whistle boards are on at different places for the different lines. Of course, the central 2 lines must be the 125 mile per hour high speed line, whereas this one is the slow line, which is the 75, which makes sense. So it's further away, so the sign needs to be further away. Well, you're going faster, so the sign needs to be further away. That's what I meant. And there's an 80 coming up, which means that we're gonna be places even faster after we get that. Bing, yes. There's the crossing. Just over 2 miles away now. Whoosh, yes. And there's the 80, but we can already see Arlesey on the platform, or Arlesey on the platform, on the little display at the bottom. But since we are still a little ways away, I might as well accelerate up to 80, because we're still over a mile away. Okay, I should also start slowing down a little bit. Okay, now I'll start slowing down now in notch 2. And there's the platform. I may need to accelerate the rate of deceleration. Or maybe not, because we are already slowed down to 50. So I've gone up to notch 1 brakes. But I'll go down to notch 2 again here. And then full service, just because we're entering at about 30, so that's about what I wanted. Notch 2. Yeah, see here the 8 and 12 car signs are almost right next to each other. Okay, let's go into full service again for a little bit. Just fanning the brakes a little, which if you didn't know, is when you put the brake on a little bit and release it, put it on a little bit, release it. That's what it's called when you fan the brakes. Okay, and open the doors. And that's a pretty good stop. Let's have a look at our cars. Again, the last one's not completely on the platform. even though there is still a little bit more space to go. Yes, I know I could have gone a little bit further, but I suppose maybe it is the length of the cars then. Let's have a look at what this looks like. Ah, apparently this looks like, oh, right here's the town. Yes. Hitchin. Let's save. Right, the next station is Maithwaite. This is the North Western Railway train to Barrow-in-Furness, calling at Knapford, Teignmouth, Elsbridge, Maithwaite, Kildane, Crovan's Gate, Vickerstown, and Barrow-in-Furness. If you see anything that doesn't look right, email us at helpdesk@nwr.co.uk and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Kildane, yes. Hello, danger of depth. Danger of depth. Hello, welcome. Can you also fan the train's horn? I can try. There you go. Teignmouth! I wondered if you'd notice. It's actually Tidmouth, of course, in the text. Which always reminds me of Sidmouth, the real town of Sidmouth. Get back at you. Alright. But yes, exactly like that. Okay, so we're already approaching 75, and we can go 80 here. So that's good. Just about, well, maybe 1 1/3 miles away from Hitchin. Ooh, speeding. Oh no! That's another 16 points down the drain. I'll probably get silver, would be my guess. Teignmouth plus Sidmouth, Tidmouth. Yes. Let's hop into the passenger view again. I like that the sounds are different in the passenger view than they are in the cab. Oh, there's another train. I always like that whenever I'm taking a train, there's a train passing. That's always nice. Okay, this is the Shire local with stops at Whitfurrows, Frogmorton, Baywater, Hobbiton, and Overhill. I get the reference, but I've never actually read the books or seen the films so far. I do plan on at least watching the films. I don't know about the book. I don't have that much time to read a book at the moment, but the films I am interested in. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're actually going uphill. That's a new thing. Okay, and there's a 70 limit coming up in about just over 1.5 miles, which would indicate to me some tighter turns maybe, and probably we're then going to be quite close to, yes, there's the platform. Hitchin. Yes, the Shire. I knew it was a reference, but I unfortunately didn't get it initially. Sounds very authentic. It does. Yeah, it's after they had their Industrial Revolution. Imagine the Museum of Mordor. Actually, I can still accelerate a little bit because we're still about 3/4 of a mile away. Although saying that the speed limit is going down to 70 before then, so horse-drawn rail carriages. You mean like in a wagon way? Oh, by the way, I found a really interesting video about early British coal wagonways and how they had the turf, like wars with different turfs where they could build and things like that, and it's very interesting. It's by a channel called Lindy Beige. I can definitely recommend that. It was a very interesting watch. Also, I'm going in way too fast, I think. I'm just going to go in full service. I hope that I'm not going to overshoot. I was distracted by Lindy Beige again. Going in at 40. Actually, no, we should be okay. Where's the sign? Oh, there it is. I see it. Yes, Lindy Beige. I think the video was something like Railways Before Steam or something like that. Actually, I'm going to apply a little bit of power and then just to get us to the stop sign a little bit sooner. And stop. And that'll do. Okay, so how did we do? Huh, that's pretty much perfect. I could not have stopped this accurately when I first started playing Train Simulator. When I first started playing Train Simulator, it was a miracle if I even stopped at the platform at all. Or either that, or if I didn't slow down to like 5 miles an hour over 20 miles away, which may be a little under-exaggerated. Yes. Let's have a look at that link. Oh, right. Successful stop. Right. To Stevenage. Let's continue. I'll just let it accelerate while I look. South Farthing. East Farthing, yes. I do love a good hand-drawn map. I'm quite good at drawing them myself as well. If you'd like to commission a hand-drawn map, then I'm open to that. I would love to draw a map for you if you'd like to commission one. Right, Lindy Beige, this. It is a lovely map. Yes, that is the one. Railways are much older than trains. I can definitely recommend that video. If you're ever a little bit bored, have a little bit of time in your hands, or if you just like trains and railways in general, I can recommend it. Now the speed limit is going up to 75, but I was about to say, but we're about to miss that. And that's another 12 points down the drain, because I was again distracted by Lindy Beige. I sense a pattern here. Okay. Stevenage is actually less than 3.5 miles away. More like 3.25 miles now. Oh look, there's another train. HST. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go up to. Actually, is that a whistle board there? No, that appears to be a bridge. Okay. Don't you like it when you mistake a bridge for a whistle board? Alright, yeah, that is that. Great. Also, I'd love it if there was a networker with its front windows wrapping around the sides. That'd be interesting. You mean kind of like the 442 has the windows wrapping around the sides a bit? Yeah, hehe. So that was your plan from the beginning, and the 303. Yes. Apparently. Also, I do want to pay attention what the interval of the signals here is, ish. Because it looks like it's maybe 0.75, 3/4 of a mile? Ish? Actually less than that, it's about 0.7 miles here, this one. But the next one looks like the distance is a little bit longer, so maybe there isn't any uniform distance. Or it's because it's at the platform that it's a little bit further away. That would make sense as well. Okay. I'll have a look at that when I'm stopped at Stevenage. If I'm stopped at Stevenage. I might just go right the way through. Shave. I did just save, yes. I'll have a look. Yes, I thought that might be what it is, but still, I want to successfully stop at Stevenage first, and then I'll look at it. Then I will look at it. I shall look at it, I shall gaze upon it, and it shall make sense to me. Hopefully. Okay, so there's the platform. This train's got quite good brakes. I'll start braking in a little bit. Although we are over half a minute early, so I guess I could have started braking a bit sooner. Because this does actually feel a bit late now. Okay, where's the sign? I like the red bricks. They look very nice. There's the... Oh, there's a 6-car sign here. Interesting. And there's the 8-car sign up ahead. There it is. And stop. Well, okay, stop. Doors open. How do we do? That's pretty good. Okay, so Stevenage. Oh, that looks like a unique building. I wonder what that is. Is maybe like a... Is it offices or shopping mall? I have no idea. Anyway, let's have a look at the link while we wait in this view. And yes, this is exactly what it's like waiting for a train to depart. Blue train. Ah, yes, I know those. I've never seen one IRL, but I know the ones. Screech! Yes. I once spent like, I don't know, it must have been like 20 or 25 minutes in a sleeper train waiting in Newton Abbot on my way to London at night. And yes, it was fun. Okay, let's go. Finsbury Park. Because when you're waiting somewhere, like when you've got a train and you know you're gonna get there, then waiting around at a place isn't actually that bad for me, because it's like, yeah, it's a bit boring, but you can just live in that moment, and then it doesn't feel as long, and you can relax because you know that, yeah, you're gonna have to wait here for a while, but you're gonna get there on time. You don't need to worry about being late or anything like that. It's in the schedule, and then you can just relax, and I quite like that. Anyway, was that fun? Those signs are really off. Distance between 6 and 8 cars, 2 cars, is about double that between 8 and 12, 4 cars. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if there are multiple exits to a platform, then maybe that would make sense. That up to a certain point you'd want the train to stop further ahead, but then after that point you would want to use the rear exit as well, and that's why the gap is a little smaller in the other case, but I don't know. No, or maybe it's just inaccurate. And there's Knebworth. I'm assuming that that's a silent N, well, a silent K, I mean. Otherwise it would be Knebworth. Mind you that in originally the silent K's in English weren't silent, so you would say knock or knee or knight or kneeling. But of course the K in those words is now silent, so I'm guessing that is pronounced Knebworth and not Knebworth. Right, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'll save again. We're about half a mile away. I'll probably start braking about now. I've really started braking a little bit earlier than I really usually do, I mean. Okay, let's see. Where is the stop sign gonna be on this one? There isn't one. I think, oh no, there is. It's on the monitors on the left. That's where it is. That makes sense. I think I'm gonna probably overshoot that a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. But the platform, that's okay because... Oh, wait, we don't actually need to stop here. This is an unscheduled stop. That's, yeah, we, yes, this is an unscheduled stop. It is a request stop. There was a little granny in one of the cars, and she really wanted to stop here and didn't want to have to change and then take the HST back here, which doesn't even stop here, and then go all the way back again, and then go all the other way back again, and so we just decided to let her off here. So that's the explanation for that. And we're off. Yeah, we are now about a minute late, so let's see if we can make that up. We've got 22 miles to go, so we might be able to make that up. Knebworth. Okay. Probably. Knebworth. I don't know. Knebworth. Slight speculation. There are a lot of factors on stopping points. Sometimes they affix the sign to an existing pole. I believe I read they'll sometimes adjust it to influence passenger loading front or rear. Ah, that's clever. That makes sense. I hadn't thought about it that way. Right. Ku-nigget, as in Jedi Ku-nigget. I don't get the reference. I get the Jedi reference, but not the Ku-nigget. Ku-nigget? I don't know. Um, 5,000 points operation error. No. We'll get the operation error when we're late. Well, time delays penalty. Quick, slam the door shut. Inspect storm mechanism. Oh wait. Yes. Sure is. The Knebworth link is still worth looking at. It's not. What do you think? Ah, I'm about to speed. Hold on. Brake. I was distracted. But hey, look, we're down to two lanes, two things. Ah, now we can go up to 125. That's... Yes. Ooh, one moment. Nice bridge here. Oh no, come on. Emergency brake because... Okay, I'm loading the last save because that doesn't count. The emergency brake triggered because I was enjoying the scenery. Let's just resume because I saved after the last thing anyway. Knight Kunigit. Oh, right. Ah, of course. Non-silent K and G. That makes sense. Kunigit. Yes. Jedi Kunigit. Yes. Ooh, that was close. It spawned me in with the AWS going. So, now, take two. Let's not stop at Knebworth. If it hadn't been for the AWS, I would have continued. But with the AWS putting me into emergency stop, that pretty much means that I'd have to give up on the thing anyway, on points anyway. But the thing is that I only didn't hear the AWS because I was looking on the outside, which in real life I wouldn't have been able to do anyway, so... Yeah. If the game lets me watch from the outside, but then doesn't let me hear the AWS from the outside, then I get to revert. At least that's what I am saying now, after having done exactly that. Knebworth is the correct pronunciation. The link isn't just the pronunciation. Okay, sure. I was going to listen to it when I'm at the station, but I might as well do it now. One moment. Oh, it's an ad about automated something? I have no idea. One moment. Knebworth Trucking. Oh, as opposed to Kenworth Trucking, I suppose. Okay, I'll be back to you in one moment, just listening to this thing. Yeah. It's been a while since I've heard that song. Yes, yes, I see the 70 market board. Luckily, the last save wasn't too far away. Gonna apply a little bit of brake here. That's enough. Just to get us down to... Matt Peddleson, yes. Just to get us down to 70 as we cross the speed sign. Or speed board, I should say. Going down to double track. Now don't miss the AWS this time, please. Me. And we can accelerate. Why was there an AWS here in the first place, a permanent one? Oh, because it's going down to 115 from 125. That makes sense. Coming up to Welwyn? Welwyn? Welwyn North? Or how is that pronounced? W-E-L-W-Y-N. That sounds Welsh to me. There was a flashing double yellow there before. Oh, that explains it. Yes. Ah, so that was a single. Oh, because it's going down to 70 in a bit. That makes sense. Probably because it's gonna go up to, well, up to 4 tracks again. That makes sense. So they kept it to, originally this was probably 2 tracks when they built the viaduct and the tunnels, and then they upgraded the rest to 4 tracks. But through the tunnels they kept it as 2 tracks and they didn't want to expand it, so that's why it probably merged down to 2 and then it's gonna go up to 4 again, would be my assumption. Okay, that's a diverging one, so yes, we do need to slow down a little bit. Although, look at this bridge. That's nice, isn't it? Especially if you're in the passenger view, looking out. Are there any other cameras here? No. Okay. Oh wait, is that sign in the wrong place? Oh, that sign's in the wrong place. Oh no, and it... Okay, the game's cheating again. At the bottom, the 70 sign was in the wrong place. It wasn't actually where the speed limit started. I'll show it to you when we get there again. The speed limit started right where the junction was, but the sign was placed a little behind it. So if you're using the little thing at the bottom because you don't have route knowledge, then, well. Wait, I thought I saved. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. So, we're gonna be passing Nebworth again. Fun fact about Welwyn, the Midterminus 2 map bus, UK bus city, was based on Welwyn Garden City. The fact is probably only fun to those who know the map. What map? Very nice, yes. Very nice indeed. As I'm restarting again because the game cheated. At some point we will get past this little bit, I assure you. Yeah, I've just got to remember that the 70 starts earlier than it says on the bottom. Not this one, the next one. Ah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it either. But there probably was one. Okay, now going into the 2-track bit again. Welwyn is on the map. Let's have a look at the signal. Nice scenery. Ah, that signal is off. Interesting. Maybe it's because I saved and loaded. Maybe it's a little bugged, I don't know. Should be okay though, theoretically. Current speed limit 70. Well, current speed limit 115. And when this 70 down at the bottom, keep an eye on it. Danger of depth. Hello, welcome. Hi, back to you. Welwyn is actually pronounced Welling. Oh, well, thank you very much. Welling. Okay, so I'm going to start slowing down soon-ish because I don't want to mess up again. No props. Yes, thank you. So, let's see. The actual speed limit changes where the sign is, which is right where the junction starts. So, you can see where the junction starts, and then I'll tell you when the sign at the bottom, when we're passing the sign at the bottom. So the actual speed limit changes now, and we're actually only passing the sign on the bottom now. So, yes. Parents live there. Ah, well that makes sense. If you tell me which house they are living in, or they lived there, where they lived, I can visit them, maybe. If I can find it. They all look the same. On the other hand, maybe it's better if not, if we don't do that. Okay, and let's accelerate up to 75. Welling Garden City, platform 2, we're going to be passing through. Which I believe is where we made it up to the last time I drove on this map, going from King's Cross, if I recall correctly. It's the one on the left. Ah. The one on the left. One moment. This one? Ah, hello! Good to meet you, but I've got a train to drive. Yes, you'll excuse me. Ahem. Also, for those of you who play that MM2 map, there you can see this should probably look a little familiar to you. XDTD. And let's save, just in case. Okay, 17 miles out of Finsbury. Just in case. Yes. And I think after Finsbury is King's Cross. Cakes! Either. Also, Shadows, did you see my larger message above? I did, but I did not read it yet. So let's do that now. Would it be good if there was a bot that tracks your position on the TS map and then posts things about it in Twitch chat, like the current speed limit, the aspects of pass signals, etc.? Sure, why not? There is a thing where it tracks where you are on a map. I think there are multiple extensions like that, which could be fun, but I don't think there's anything that posts things about signals or things like that, or mileposts. But that could be nice. Big John Lewis there. Ah, I see. Right. In case you need one? Yes. I mean, you never know. This is a classic problem at points. The speed signs are tricky to link up because of the diverging track. Yeah, I know. I have dabbled a tiny bit in making a map in TS years and years ago. Well, I say years and years. It was like maybe 2017 or something like that. And yeah, I already encountered issues with that. I'm not even close to there, but it's good to know. The HUD shows the position the sign is actually attached at, which doesn't reflect the actual speed limit change. Yeah, because the speed limit is on the actual spline itself, where the junction starts, which is actually where the sign is as well, the actual physical sign. But I get that it has to be attached a bit later because of how the splines work with the junctions. Okay, that should be good. Passing Hatfield. Oh, I see. And you kept most of your salinity. Well, I think I'm still quite salty about it, so yes. Okay. Yeah. It's nice to know that a joke is appreciated. Okay. Wellham, or Wellham. Wellham Green. Wellham Green. If it were in America, it would probably be Wellham Green. But since it's in the UK, probably, it is probably Wellham Green. Bing. There we go. Now about 14 and a bit miles out of Finsbury. Let's have a little look up from the outside again. So, here's a question and a half. What's better, the TS editor or OMSI2's? And also, what's the square root of an oak tree when it's not... The square root of an oak tree is if you've got the dynamic trees mod installed in Minecraft and you're looking at an oak tree. Because with the dynamic trees mod, they've actually got the trees have actually got roots if you've got a large enough one. Although it would have to be a dark oak, because I don't think the other ones are big enough to have them. And for the first one, I haven't done enough in the OMSI2 map editor, but not having an undo feature is a huge... I don't know. I would say they're probably equal. But, well, the thing is, OMSI2 doesn't have an undo feature. But on the other hand, Train Simulator doesn't have search filters or tooltips or any sort of text for what the buttons actually do. It's just symbols. So, but it does have undo, and it has got some nice things, like it's got the embankment thing, but that OMSI2 has that as well. And there's a 55 coming up. I have seen it, don't worry. So, I slowed down a little bit too much there, actually. That's okay. But the Train Simulator has asset blocks, where you can just drag an area and then fill the area with random objects. And the way you can place just so much scenery at once with the groups, the grass groups and things like that. I mean, that's such a huge benefit to Train Simulator's editor. But then again, in OMSI, you've got many more settings and things. So I don't know. Probably Train Simulator if I had to guess. But actually no, probably Tide. Save, sure. Let's do this. Because with the dynamic trees mod, you've actually got oaks. Yes. With OMSI 2, there's also no search filters, but if you open a map, it only loads the objects that are currently displayed on the route. Save? Shave? Yeah. Do you know if the OMSI editor has a habit of corrupting critical data files? I'm speeding. I know that OMSI 1 had a habit of that. You know, the whole Zugriffsverweigerung and everything like that, which, by the way, is German for access denied, basically. But OMSI 2, I don't believe so, at least not as far as I know. Potter's Bar. Oh, that'd be so useful in OMSI 2. So, just a single scenario today. Well, I originally planned to do 2, but with all the loading of save games that I've had to do because of issues in Train Simulator, well, except for that one time where I was outside looking at the scenery, whereas I should have been paying attention. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a short one after this is finished. Finsbury's 10 miles away, and then we've just got one more stop to go after that. So useful, yes. This, by the way, yes, Potter's Bar. Zugriffsverweigerung, Zugriffsverletzung bei Adresse xxxxxx. That's a strange address. Zugriffsverletzung means access violation, and Zugriffsverweigerung means access denial, or access denied, basically. Oh, and this is 65 coming up. Okay, let's slow down for the 65. That's a good idea, isn't it? Probably. Who knows at this point? There we are. I've only really used OMSI 2's editor, only played around with OMSI 1's 11 years ago, and it's not happened to me yet. Nice. Yeah, the game kept cheating. It had nothing to do with the driver getting distracted, chatting, and seeing sights. Well, the first time, sure, okay, but the second time with the speed limit where it was saying it was at a different spot than it actually was, that was the game cheating, I would say. Okay, sure, actually the first time where I stopped, but no, when I stopped at the station accidentally, that I was prepared to continue going with that. It was just when the AWS tripped, and I couldn't hear it because the game only plays it in the cab, and I was looking at the scenery on the outside. That, sure, okay, fine. But then when the speed limit was at the different spot on the bottom, on the map that is, where it's telling me, okay, at this point the speed limit changes, and then it was actually much sooner, that I do count as the game cheating. Hadley Wood is the next station that we're not stopping at. Next station is Hadley Wood. We will not be stopping at this station. Do not disembark. Okay, we can accelerate again. Good, good. I think it can happen, but I don't know what causes it. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend keeping backups of projects in anything that you do. Whether it's you're making trains maps, or OMSI 2 maps, or train simulator maps, or scenarios, or you're doing Unity game development. Just keeping backups is generally a good idea. New Barnet, platform 1, in just over a mile and a quarter. Oh, look, there are hills in this tunnel. Yes, yes. Will we open the doors as we pass the platform and you can take a... We will open the doors as we pass the platform and you can take a flying leap. Yes, you can get a head start on the competition. We'll make sure you get the momentum. Pressing the door buttons while the train is passing this station will work, but it is highly against the law, and if you are sighted attempting it, you will be dealt with accordingly. Namely, you will be pushed into your seat. That's dangerous. Have a safe journey. Yes. Okay, so you can see we are now getting closer towards London. Things are getting a little bit more built up around this place, I would say. There is also a chance you'll die. Yes. Let's save again. New Barnet, platform 1. Let's have a flyby. Why not? We haven't had one in a while. Whoosh. Great. Okay, Oakley Park. Oakley Park. In under 0.5 a mile. Oh, and there's a 70 coming up. Okay, that makes sense. We're now just over 6 miles away from Finsbury. Helmets are in the drawer beneath the seat beneath the lavatory. Ha 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 ha. Oh, what did that say? Oh, that's probably the warning because it's 70, yes. Is it heavy? Yes. Then put it back. Heavy things are expensive. If you get the reference. Please make sure your parachute is firmly attached before leaping from the train. Yes, indeed. That too. You draw beneath the seat in the lavatory. Yes. I mean, space is tight on a train. You've got to fit stuff where it fits. Okay, I'm just going to let it coast now for a little bit. Although I will slow down a little bit before the 70, although it looks like the 70 is just on the main line, so we probably won't have issues with the thing, with the placement of it again. But we are going downhill, so I'll slow down a little bit now. Also, this is what the interior looks like in the tunnel, pretty much exactly like it is outside. But in here, it looks a little bit cozier. Let's just stand up, stretch our legs a bit, and sit back down. Good. Save. If you suspect that your parachute is faulty, conduct a thorough test of it by following the official FCC Parachute User Guide Manual, FAA. What does FAA stand for, and FCC in that context? New South Gate. Good, good. First Capital Connect. Ah, right. Put it out the window at the next station. Yes, well, the next station's coming up ahead, so you better do it now. Although, bear in mind, well, I suppose people are standing behind the yellow line, so it should be fine. It'll help us slow down faster. Yes. If we had aero brakes on this train, those would also help us slow down a bit faster. Federal Communications Commission versus Federal Aviation Administration. Ah, I see. I suppose, yeah, if we're dealing with parachute, we would want the Aviation Administration. And it's 60 coming up, which makes sense. Those get torn off though. Shadow's air brakes. No, not at this sort of speed. Okay. Let's see. The 60 is still quite a ways away, so... Oh, Alexander Palace. I think that at some point on this map you can actually see the tower at Crystal Palace, but I don't know at what station that is. I think it might be Alexander Palace, but I could be mistaken. I think I spotted it on the first time that I went on this map. On stream, I mean. Okay, let's start slowing down now. Also, I will turn the light off in the hopes of regaining some of my FPS, because my FPS have dropped significantly. There we are. Slow down to 60 in time, good, good. Can I see the tower from anywhere over here? Ah, that might be it. I think this might be the tower at Crystal Palace. Yes, this is it. At least I think it's Crystal Palace. It might be a different tower. Look it up. Look it up. Yeah, I might be mistaken about that. Such a pity that Crystal Palace burned down twice, I think. Sure, it's torn off by the catenary poles, bridge supports and tunnels. Well, that's why you do it at a station. By the way, Ukraine farmers stealing Russian armor with their tanks is absolutely hilarious. Russian armor with their tractors, yes. Hilarious and probably also dangerous. I don't think this is the place to discuss that. It's hilarious though. Well, depends. Everybody finds different stuff funny. Oh, that's Alexander Palace. Yeah, Crystal Palace was the one in more towards the center. But wait, isn't there a tower currently at near Crystal Palace as well? Frill, if you can use a T90 as a real powerful tractor, if you weld a 3-point the back. I suppose. Hornsey. Right. Of course. Do you know why it is normal procedure to raise the rear pantograph on locomotives with 2 pantographs? Does it have to do with oscillation of the wire, maybe? Or maybe it's because of the way that the pantograph is turned, because it tends to be angled in such a way that the bend is facing backwards. I don't know. Please enlighten me. Yes, I used to live near there too. Nice. Because Crystal Palace is much further into the town. Yeah. Also, plug the barrel. Okay, actually I need to accelerate a little bit. There's Finsbury Park, although Haringey is the first station we'll pass right here, and then Finsbury Park, which is where we'll need to stop. And then we've got King's Cross after that. Alley Palace? Burned down a few times. Alley Palace? Is that a slang term for Crystal Palace, or is that a completely different thing? Oh, I need to slow down, yes, of course. Now let's keep an eye out for... Actually, let's stop right here. That should be good. Might be going a little quick still. Yeah, I'm gonna overshoot. Oh no! I was looking at chat. Now this one is purely my fault for looking at chat. Although technically you can still get out of this car through that door, I suppose. Yes. Ooh, that sounds like a HSD. There we go. And if you know the station, this probably looks somewhat similar with buses down here. Bus station as well. Wait, did I not open the doors? Wait, what? Oh, do I have to go backwards? Do I actually have to have the locomotive be on the platform? Ah, hopefully that won't mess up the signal. Ah, emergency, doesn't matter. Anyway. Yeah, there are links. Yikes, and the original Crystal Palace never got rebuilt when that burned down? I don't know, I think they didn't they build 2 Crystal Palaces and the second one burned down as well or something like that? I don't remember. Maybe I'm confusing facts. Ali Pally. I have heard that before. Oh, Alexander Palace. Alexander, that makes sense. If it strikes an obstruction that damages or tears it off, the front pantograph can be raised to continue the journey. If the front pantograph was used as the primary and struck something, it would likely be knocked into the rear pantograph, damaging both and stranding the train. That makes sense. Thank you very much. I learned something new. Ah, yes, Alexander Palace slang. Plus, Ukraine government said they won't tax any tanks captured by Ukraine in farmers. I see. Thought so. Right, that actually makes a lot more sense. Nice, which is just hilarious. Also, there's a video about MailChimp. Oh no, that's right, it's just an ad. Oh, every tube station song. Yes, I know it. Okay. King's Cross, yes. Only slightly messed up. Yeah. At least that is the standard on electrified US railroads. Don't know if it's the same in Europe. I mean, it makes sense. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Finsbury Park, Roding Valley. Okay, we've got just over 2 miles to go to King's Cross. There's a 45 coming up. Might as well idle now. Although, we are going to be a little bit late because I messed up slightly on that last stop. See, when I mess up and it's my fault, but because I was distracted by looking at chat and I could have fully known what was going on, then I'm gonna stick with it, but yeah. Anyway, there's King's Cross on the map. Now it's just a downhill to there. It's gonna be all downhill from here. Yes. I need to slow down a little bit. Pull away up slow, good. Okay, there's a little bit of an uphill here because it has to go over the rails and down the other side. And there is a 15 coming up in a bit less than a mile, which is just outside of St. Pancras. Well, King's Cross, I mean, not St. Pancras. It's because in real life the tube station is called King's Cross St. Pancras, I believe. I mean, they are literally right next door. I've been to both, actually, and keep the light off for performance reasons. And I think, yeah, we're going to enter the platform of King's Cross at no more than 10 miles per hour, because in real life there's a thing where if you enter a terminus platform at more than 10 miles per hour, it puts on the emergency brakes, which I know the Chatham Main Line has for Victoria. I have tripped that in the past. I don't know if this map also has it, but it quite probably does, so that's what I'm gonna do. Gasworks, tunnel line, see? Good. I'll rechat when I'm in King's Cross. Yes, yes, I was expecting that. Huh, that on the left there looks like the spline from trains. Actually, I can't, there, you can see on the left the retaining wall. And let's slow down a bit more. Actually, that retaining wall was probably made for the London King's Cross to Aberdeen or Edinburgh, whatever line that was called. Let's slow down a bit more. There's the 15 limit. Oh, yes, of course it's going downhill. Sorry. I forgot about the downhill bit. Interesting that the ballast texture is different there on the left. I suppose it's probably like that in real life as well. What? Wait, what? AI collision? That's not fair. Hold on. Where's the last save game? Ah, well, now I can read chat anyway. So, by the way, I just realized that Eliza in a kimono looks oddly terrifying. Oh, well, her muscles don't really fit the aesthetic. Alright, I still got that kimono. This is one of the few that does. Should see it about halfway down the platform. No, we're all the way at New Southgate. I'm not gonna do that. That would take ages to... That would take like 10 minutes to get to... Actually, when are we supposed to arrive at King's Cross? Hold on. Yeah, that would take like 13 minutes. That would take 13 minutes to get all the way through London again. I'm not doing that. So, I guess technically we didn't finish the scenario, but that's okay. The fun was in the driving. Now you won't see how many points I lost either. Anyway, so... and I'm going to rechat, and then we've still got a little bit of time, so I'll do another short scenario. This is one of the few that does. Should see it about halfway down the platform. What do you mean? Do you mean the thing where it limits the speed? You mean the ramp? Sure is. I think you only need to whistle at whistleboards when they're on the map. I think so too. I sometimes sleep in it. Oh, right. It's pretty comfy. Sure. What floats your boat? Oh, kimono, I suppose. Yes, Eliza. I mean, a kimono looks comfy. I've never worn one personally, but they look nice. Daylight robbery! No! Game cheating again! Yes! Man, you finished the scenario anyway. Yeah, I pretty much did. In this case, yeah. Need an autosave every 5 minutes. Yeah. The few that has the TPWS overspeed. Yes. Good. That's good to know. But if it happens to autosave right before a red, you'd need to do the whole thing again. Well, it should keep the last 2 autosaves in that case. So, I'm going to quickly end the stream and restart it for the second half. So there are 2 different journeys. So I will see you in a minute. So until then, bye-bye. This stream will be archived on YouTube. See you in a minute. Let's just say there was a last-minute driving change on the service. Yes.